Hello, everybody. It is the middle of March, not the Ides of March, just after the Ides of March, the weekend after. And we are here at Blue Mountain Lake, Long Lake, at the O'Neill Flow Trail. Well, it's actually the Northville Placid Trail. To the O'Neill Flow lean-to is the plan for today. We're going to go and we haven't quite decided how much snow is here, so we have the snowshoes. But we might not end up using them, or we might go back and forth. So we're prepared. We got some soup to make when we get up there. Mary Ellen's with me. She's very, looking nice and warm. So should be a nice day. I'll keep you posted on how it goes. All right, so we've made it to the register, and as you can see, it looked like there wasn't a lot of snow from the parking lot, but we've got snow. There's plenty of snow. There's Mary Ellen. There's plenty of snow here. Registration. This is the first time I've put on my new Tubbs snowshoes. I got these not too long ago. They're the Wilderness 30-inch snowshoes. They've got this fun binding system on them. It's like a combination of a ratchet and a strap. And I wasn't quite sure what I thought of them when I ordered them, but so far, I'm a fan. I enjoy it. So I think it's 3.5 miles up to Tyrell Pond, the base of it. We're going to try to go up there to the lean-to today, make ourselves a little soup, enjoy the view, enjoy the weather, and enjoy the hike up there. The first milestone of the day, the first mud patch of the day. Got a stream that runs down here, and the sun's hitting it. So I'm sure we'll encounter more like that. It's been a pretty easy hike so far. Pretty crusty though, and I don't know if that's gonna change, but hopefully it'll get a little bit softer up there. It's all hard packed for now. At least a lot different than the last time I was here a couple of years ago when I did the Northville Placid Trail. It was humid. I think today it might be 20 something. The last time I was here, it was 85. It had just rained all day. It was humid. I was soaked, not from the rain, but from sweating. And even with these moderate little inclines, I'm sweating now. So I think it'll be about time to shed some layers. But it's a beautiful day to be out in the wilderness. Next milestone, the first layer is coming off. So it's getting kind of hot. The sun is shining. It started out in the teens this morning when we started off, and it was chilly, and I knew it was supposed to get up into the 40s or the 30s today, and I think we're there. Plus you start getting moving and you start getting warm. So first layer to come off is my shirt. Who knows, I might have to start untucking and going even further than that. Here's our first view today of something other than trees and hills. So I guess you could call it a beaver meadow or a vlei or a wide spot in a stream. There's a dam right there. I'm not sure exactly the name of this stream or brook. I'd have to look at the map. But Blue Mountain is up there behind that pine tree. That way is east. There is Lake Durant back that way, and Mary Ellen. Hi, Mary Ellen. So we finally hit our stride. I shed another layer because I couldn't do the shirt either, or the jacket either. So I'm right down to my shirt and my base layer, and it's pretty comfy. It's beautiful out. There's a little bit of a breeze going. Might be 30 degrees or so, but we might be a mile in, but I don't think we are yet. So I'll keep you posted on the next update. So this, like a lot of the trails, a lot of parts of the Northville Placid Trail, this part goes over some private land with an easement, and we've just reached that line right now. You can see the Northville Placid Trail marker and the public easement. So when I came through here last year, this is actually owned by, or not last year, 2 years ago, this is actually owned by a paper company. I don't recall whether it's Finch Cryon or if it's a different paper company. There's only a couple of them left up here. But when I came through here 2 years ago, they were actually doing some logging round about these parts. So I don't know if that's continuing now or not. but post holers. But it's been a nice day, and beautiful section of trail here. It's getting darker with all these pines now. Had been pretty bright, but yeah, enjoying the day. Got a nice wet section coming up here, so that'll be fun. Actually, I've been surprised. A lot of the stuff has been pretty firm, even where the ground has been bare or there's been mud. It's been cold enough to be kind of solid, with this maybe being the exception. But yeah, all in all, nice little winter stroll. It's a saunter, somebody said. You don't hike, you saunter. So we're sauntering today up to the O'Neill Flow lean-to. I signed off too soon. Just after that soggy stretch, you come out on a nice rock face here. And I don't know if you can pick it out up in the center there, but there's a nice little cascade of some icicles and water coming down the rock face. So very, very pretty country out here, and not very far off the trail either. I mean, the parking lot is nice and paved year round and plowed out. So this is really, it's a great hike. It's a short hike, and look at all the pretty stuff you get to see. We have officially made it to the end of the conservation easement. I'm actually heading back the way that we came just to show you. There's some moving water through here. The snow melt. Well, I don't know exactly where we are in snow melt season. I think obviously there's quite a bit. I'd imagine they probably had 4 or 5 feet of snow. So this was probably raging. You can see over there the water line, and here it was much higher at one point. It's not low at the moment. We actually had to go in up to our boots and over our boots, not over the heels or the ankles, but up over the tops of the feet to get through that. So we were expecting to hit a little water today. Just after that, you actually come to the end of the conservation easement, and in the summertime it's pretty easy to see. They've got you diverted here with a log, but in the winter you might miss it. So beware, you got to take a hard left here to get back onto state land and to get heading in the right direction. So here we are at that stream again. We actually had to cross back over it, and I'm beginning to wonder whether this is the outlet to Tyrrell Pond. I think it might be. We're approaching a caution logging ahead sign. So I thought we were out of the Prion Paper Company. Maybe we're not. It seems like everything crisscrosses back and forth here. The trail, the property lines. I know there's kind of a jog to it. So just a little update there. I think I'm still shooting in real time instead of slow-mo. So that's a plus. We'll keep on going. So we have to cross back over this thing. It's got ice, it's got water, it's got rocks, it's got everything. Everything you could ever want in a stream. This is literally 2 seconds after my last update. So I guess we go back and forth all the way up across this outlet. This is deep. Just a second. All right, had to change some camera settings for you to really appreciate what we're up against here. So we got a rock here, and we got a spillover, and then there's some really deep water. So I'm gonna attempt to do some rock hoppage here. I think I can step on this right here, and then the next one will be here, and then one here, and then up on the bank. On the bank. I'm hugging a tree. I'm trying to hold a camera, hug a tree, hold my poles. There we go. We made it to the other side. Mary Ellen's about to disembark. We'll come back after we make it through this. We're getting very near. That's Tyrrell Mountain, I think, up above the trees. I think we should be getting to the junction for the lean-to. very soon. The pond is between us and that mountain. So we're very close. And I'm very happy because I'm very sweaty and very hungry. So I was actually mistaken about how close we were to the pond. I don't think we're very far away, but fun little note, when I did the Northville Placid Trail in 2018, I came across, I don't know if I had said this or not, or if it was recorded when I was shooting in slow-mo, but right down there is where I came across a bunch of logging equipment. There was a skidder down there, and I think a feller buncher, and all sorts of stuff. So I recognized that from my trip. Maybe I'll show you a picture that I had taken at that time, just to show you what it looked like then and what it looks like now. So I'm really hoping that we're getting close to that lean-to, because that cheddar broccoli soup is gonna be tasting really good in a little bit. Here we are, officially back on state land. So that entire time we had been on the paper company land. So I told you wrong. But that's okay. If you look dead ahead, if you can see it through the trees, you see kind of that valley going on there. That, I believe, is Tyrell Pond. So we're getting there. We're getting close. That always happens to me. I don't know if you're the same way, but when I'm on a hike, I always think I'm further than I am. Or if I'm looking for something, I'll fake myself out and think I went past it already. So we're right on schedule. Maybe a half an hour, 20 minutes. Anyway, Tyrell Pond is very soon to be in our future. And some cheddar broccoli soup. So we were a lot closer than I thought we were. I shut off the last time, and then we rounded the bend, and here we are at the crossing for the lean-to. Now, let's see what it looks like. We might not be making it to the lean-to today. That board right there is the bridge to make it across the outlet to Tyrell Pond. Now, that's pretty precarious right there. And when I hiked 2 years ago, I almost fell off of there. And it didn't look anything like that. So, maybe we'll pick an alternate route, or maybe we'll just say forget it. But we got a decision to make. There it is, Tyrell Pond. Here I am. So close, and yet so far. Because once you get past this point, that log gets real slippery and real sticky. And even if we make it across, then we got to make it back across. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. So we might just stay at this campsite, or we might try to make it up to the head, to the other lean-to. So we'll figure it out. There she is, Tyrell Pond. I had gone down and checked on some rocks below the bridge, but those are, I mean, it's still crossing that raging water. But, so we thought, you know, well, maybe we'll just come out here and take a look at the pond. And then we saw, it almost looks like you could hop across here. So maybe we'll decide if we want to do that or not. Then we can go over the lean-to that way. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. We made it across the river. I call it a river. It's a stream. We're on the sandy beach here at the south of Tyrell Pond. It's the snowy beach at the moment. But yeah, just like I said, we ended up finding that different that route, and it still took some rock hopping and some getting in the water, but it was definitely better than that rushing stream. So by God, we made it, and here we are. And we're gonna have some soup to celebrate. Now we are approaching the O'Neill Flow lean-to. This is where we're gonna eat lunch. Or brunch, not brunch. Whatever's between lunch and dinner. That's supper, right? That's what the Southerners would call it. We're about to have supper. So we're gonna have a supper of cheddar and broccoli soup, and it's not that hiker food. We brought actual mason jars of homemade cheddar broccoli soup that we made yesterday, and we're gonna eat that right now. So I'm pretty excited about that. We'll keep you updated on the progress. Got a little bit of a fire going. It's kind of smoky, but the wood's kind of wet, and it's wintertime. So anyway, that's our cheddar broccoli soup, and we're doing kind of a double boiler system here with a pot, and hoping to get that water hot enough to boil it, and then to warm the soup in the jars. We'll see how that works. The sun is circling around, and it's just really a great day to be out at O'Neill Flow on Tyrell Pond. Mary Ellen's enjoying herself. She's happy. She went around and she got all this firewood. So yeah. Just because of her, we're having dinner. So, supper. Until the next update. All right, just readjusted the fire. The problem is that we're burning down into the snow as it's burning up. So it's leaving a big hole and it's not catching the sticks. But I just pressed it down and added some more timber on there, and hopefully that'll make a difference. We conquered the fire. I think it burned all the way to the ground. So the other problem was that as it was melting the snow, it was coming up and condensing on all of the sticks and making them wet. So it was just, we had to reach a critical mass, and we finally got it. As you can see, look, we're bubbling on the pot already. It's only been like 5 minutes, if that, since the last time we checked in. We'll let this, simmer or boil or whatever it's going to do for a while to let those jars heat up, and then we'll have to set it aside just a little bit to let them cool down. And then we're going to have some hot soup, some real hot soup, none of that backpacking stuff. So this is exciting. I feel like we've done more updates on lunch than we did throughout the hike, but we've reached a full rolling boil now. I've been looking forward to this since we left the parking lot, so I'm not even ashamed that we're doing a whole segment on this. There it is. There's the soup. And some homemade bread. And that's lunch. Let's eat. You ready?
I am ready.
There is soup. Right there. Cheddar, broccoli, soup. There's potatoes in there too, and it is amazing. Just made it yesterday, heated it up on the fire. That double boiler method, that's the first time I've ever done that on the campfire. Worked pretty well. Got some bread here to go with it to dip in. It's a good day. That's that. One last farewell to Tyrell Pond. Gone but not for long. We're definitely going to be back here. Maybe do some camping. I mean, it's nice to come up here and hike and have lunch, but it makes you want to stay around more. So maybe next time we'll be able to stay around a little bit longer. So that's it. Lunch was good. Supper, whatever you want to call it. And now it's time to head back to the car. So we're maybe 20 minutes from the lean-to on our way back. Just enough time to get all warmed up again and start shedding layers and need a drink of water. So there is the place where I saw the equipment 2 years ago, so that gives you an idea how far we've made it back in, like I said, 15 or 20 minutes. So we're making good time. I think we needed that soup. I think it fueled us up. I think we're ready to go. So take a drink, drop some layers, and be on our way. This is like the perfect time of the evening it starts to get still. The sun starts to go down. There wasn't much wildlife today other than squirrels and chipmunks, but when it is a little bit more active, it starts to change over from the daytime animals to the nocturnal animals. So it's just one of my favorite times of the day. And the sun just makes everything look so pretty. Here we are at that next stream crossing. After the last couple that we looked at, I don't think these are going to be too daunting. So we'll make it across here and check in later. We've made it to our last stream crossing. The sun has fallen. We're moving. This is the last stream crossing. At least the last one where you got to get your feet kind of wet. So I think we're going to go ahead and fill up here. And I'm not sure exactly where we are as far as distance wise, but I'd say we're at least a third of the way there. Getting back into the sloppy mess. Gotta walk the line. What beautiful country, though. We just stopped to adjust the bindings and kind of admired this pretty little creek right here. Mary Ellen doesn't want to be on camera. Yeah, a pretty little spot with sunshine. This is under, if you look, there's a lot of corduroy right here. It's kind of a hybrid bog bridge here. It's corduroy, but then a bog bridge lead on top. And that monorail of snow is actually kind of precarious. So we had to pick our way across that. Back out to this first beaver meadow. It's bright that way, a little less bright this way. Not long now. There we are. We've reached the end. There's the register. It took us 2 hours, almost on the dot, from up there to down here. So that was O'Neill Flow Lean-To from the trailhead at the state road, and then back with some soup in the middle. And if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you like the video, and yeah, subscribe to Daks Country Adventures, because there's going to be a lot more of these coming this year and in the years to come. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed yourself and can't wait till the next one. What do you think about it, Mary Ellen?
It was a great hike.
Yeah? You enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it.
How's your respiratory system doing?
A little wheezy right now.
Oh. Well, that's okay. You're getting the blood flowing, right? Getting the air flowing.
Yeah, circulation.
It's that cool Adirondack air they used to send people up here for ailments to cure those.
Yep.
Yeah. So we sent ourselves up here.
Yes,
Curing the ailments. Yeah. Cure your ailments with That Country Adventures.